Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. It has indeed been quite an adventurous week. I taught Angelo Gatto this last weekend at Healing Course, and it was really powerful. So I'm repairing. I'm repairing from that. But I wanted to share with you a little bit about mystical and practical this week, and just talk about what does it mean to have a soul life? What does it mean to have a soul life and a life of meaning? Um, uh, I think it's inclusive. I think it's inclusive of the practical, and I think the practical is needed in order to have a life of meaning and to have a life um, that provides us a place where we can practice our meditation and our mysticism and our great work of the heart, our work of relationships. And so I wanted to begin today with this piece by Ursula K. Le Guin. And this is from Life Prayers. I love this book. This is like, you can tell I have so many bookmarks, bookmarks in it. But it says, please bring, this is from page 208, 208, Life Prayers. Please bring strange things. Please come bringing new things. Let very old things come into your hands. Let what you do not know come into your eyes. Let desert sand harden your feet. Let the arch of your feet be the mountains. Let the paths of your fingertips be your maps, and the ways you go be the lines in your palms. Let there be deep snow in your inbreathing, and may your outbreath be the shining of ice. May your mouth contain the shapes of strange words. May your mouth contain the shapes of strange words. May you smell food cooking that you have not eaten. May the spring of a foreign river be in your navel. May your soul be at home where there are no houses. Walk carefully well, loved one. Walk mindfully well, loved one. Walk fearlessly well, loved one. Return with us. Return to us. Be always coming home. Be always coming home. Ursula K. Le Guin. Ursula K. Le Guin. Please come bringing strange things. I think one of the things that happens for us is that we are so tuned into the familiar. And sometimes the familiar isn't actually good for us. The familiar is actually not so good for us. And so how to find, I really love her first line is, please bring strange things. Please bring strange things. Please come bringing new things. So new behaviors, new experiences, but also I love this, let the desert sand harden your feet. Let the desert sand harden your feet. And for me, woo, my voice. And for me, when I think about, I've been talking a lot, I've been sharing a lot. When I think about the desert sand hardening my feet, I think about walking through the difficulties, walking through the challenges, facing challenges, knowing that every day, every single day, that there are challenges, and how am I able to face those challenges, and how am I able to do the best thing, or maybe not even the best thing, but just to the very best of my ability to do the right thing or the good thing. So how can I do that? And to know that the unfamiliar is beckoning, but the familiar is always kind of calling us or tugging at us or pulling us into those places that may or may not be so beneficial or so helpful to us. And so how I like to think of this is one of the things that Angeles Arrien talks about is she talks about the mystical and the practical, and how can we attend to the mystical and to the practical. And for me, being a spiritual person and having such a rich, like, daily spiritual practice and rich connection to the divine or to the sublime or to the mystery or to the creator, however you want to address the great mystery or your higher power, I have a very rich daily practice with that. And sometimes what has happened is I haven't made the time for the practical things. So I haven't made the time to or even had an interest, in dealing with the practical day-to-day things. And so I've had help with that. I've hired people to help me with that. But that doesn't go so well when I'm only involved in one aspect, when I'm only involved in the mystical. So what we want is we want to be able to have the mystical and the practical. And so how I like to think of it is like, oh, have I I love this. Let the arch of your feet be the mountains. Let the paths of your fingertips be your maps, right? So how can we go into this place where we can pay attention to what are the mountains that we need to climb? What are the things that I need to do today, or what are the things that I need to accomplish today? What are my mysticals and what are my practicals? And so for me, the mystical means that I'm asking for help, that I know that I'm not Tunkashila or creator or Dios or Wakan, that I'm not the gods, that I am a humble person, that I'm a human being, and that I can only do what I can do today. So I can ask for the help of my creator in addressing and processing the things that need to happen in my day-to-day life, to make sure that I have a home, to make sure that my electricity is turned on, to make sure that I have meaningful work, to make sure that I have deep heart and meaning, and that I'm attending to my relationships. And so all of these things are important also to my health and to my well-being. I've needed to go to the dentist, and I didn't go to the dentist for a while. And so I needed to have some dental attention. And I wasn't attending to that practical thing because I was so focused on all of these other things, and even some of the mysticals, right? So it's the practical thing of, now I need to go to the dentist to make sure that my teeth are taken care of in all the ways. It's been about a year since I've really taken good care of that. So we need to do things like that. We need to, have checkups. We need to make sure that, we're taking care of those things. And the other thing is, can I take care of those practical things? Like, do I have the resources? Do I have the ability? Do I have the insurance to do that? And so it's going, these are all things that are very much in the realm of privilege, and do I have the privilege to be able to do those things in this country? You have to have some form of abilities behind you, some form of support around you, an ability to go to the doctor or to go to the dentist. And so, and that comes from privilege, and that ability comes from that privilege. And so I think about the practical and the mystical, and I think about the capacity to do these things and to take care of ourselves. But one of the things that I just want to be able to do is just put one foot in front of the other and go in a direction that is going to be helpful to me and to the people that I love and to my community. And I mean, I don't know about helpful, but some of that is unfamiliar. Some of that is unfamiliar to me. So to be able to do the unfamiliar, to be able to do those levels of self-care, and especially if we've come from places or from homes where that wasn't cultivated, or where where there was addiction in the home, or where there were other issues at play, or mental health issues where we weren't taking care of ourselves, or maybe other people weren't able to take care of us. Then we really need to go into the unfamiliar territory of learning how to take care of ourselves and being able to make those steps. And what is the next best step? So, and for me, the next best step is always the mystical. So I have to really push myself around going into the practical and learn that. And I have a lot of really wonderful and amazing opportunities to do that right now, to go into the unfamiliar territory of the practical. But I do believe that we can have a practice that helps us. So I have a couple new things that are really fun. So I've developed these kind of interesting to-do lists that are helping me with some of this learning around some of these practicals. And it's like, oh my gosh, all these years of life, and here I am, going, now I'm going to learn this practical thing. But we're learning. Every day we're learning. And the day we stop learning is the day when we stop being earthside, as my beloved Issa says, when we stop being on the planet, that's the day we stop learning. And so I love this. Come bringing strange things, return with us, return to us, be always returning home. This poem came up for me in a conversation with a friend about home and about returning home. And so one of the ways we can return home is not only to take care of us, but also to, be full of care. Careful is one thing, but to be full of care. Walk carefully, well, loved one. Walk mindfully, well, loved one. Walk fearlessly, well, loved one. And so, in that, I'm also return with us, be always coming home. So I'm getting ready to do some submissions from this memoir that I've been writing, but I'm also doing a lot of research. And so it's also very interesting to be doing research about my family and about their history. And these are the practical things that help me to know what it is that I need to put in the book, and also to know, what is the truth and what are the facts, and then also my own experience. And so the balance between those different things, and the power of doing this research and attending to the practical. And I'm just learning so much about myself and about my loved ones. And of course, I can do more than I've ever been able to do because of this wonderful Saint Google, Saint Google that we have access to, that we all have access to. And so, yes, practical and mystical. So every day for 1,000 years, I have been going outside every morning and talking to the Great Spirit, talking to the Creator about life and asking for wisdom and guidance about life. And so now I can be returning and ever coming home and learning new things and old things as I prepare to share this part of my life through this memoir, and also to continue to learn. So I thought it would be fun to just kind of open to the Tao Te Ching and just to kind of see where it opens to close our work today. Mm-hmm. Interesting. This is beautiful. 45. I opened up to 45. And this is the Tao Te Ching by Stephen Mitchell. It's the little pocket edition. But I wanted to close with this. True perfection seems imperfect, yet it is perfectly itself. True fullness seems empty, yet it is fully present. True straightness seems crooked. True wisdom seems foolish. True art seems artless. I love this. This is great. The master allows things to happen. She shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself. Beautiful. Well, I hope you have a lovely week. And Issa and Melissa and Angelo and I are finding a date so that hopefully we can have a Real Medicine talk next week on the conversations around the masculine and the feminine and the non-binary. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week.